What's up, guys? Welcome back to A Trucker's Life. I'm Jorge Navarro. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you've already been subscribed, welcome back, guys. And yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been posting videos, too many videos lately. Just been kind of slowing down. Holidays are, all around us, and just been kind of slowing down as far as that for the rest of the year. And that is one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I am going to take a break from YouTube for a little bit, I'm going to wait until the beginning of 2021 to start up again. I'm not quitting, guys, definitely not quitting. I love what I do. I love interacting with you guys, and I love everybody that's come over and has become part of this journey with me. So just wanted to let you guys know that's what I got going on. I'm not going to definitely not quit. I love this. I've worked too hard to get to where we're at, and I just couldn't do it. But I wanted to leave this year with you guys on a very, very positive note. Something that happened to me actually before Thanksgiving. There was a situation where I was at a not a truck stop, I was at a rest area here in Texas. I was getting ready to, I spent the night there, and I was getting ready to get rolling. And this lady came up to me. I noticed there was an RV parked behind me because, yes, I parked on the shoulder of the rest area because there was no spots in the actual rest area. So, but I was still inside the rest area. I was safe and, all that good stuff. But anyways, so I was doing my walk around getting ready to roll, and this RV was parked behind me, and this lady came over and talked to me. And she's like, do you know anything about RVs? I said, well, no, not really. I don't know anything about RVs at all. And this was a gas pusher, so I mean, I didn't know nothing about it. So she said that she showed up to that spot. She turned the truck off, or RV off, went to walk her dogs, came back, turned it back on, and all it started just bellowing smoke. Smoke just started pouring out of the hood, and she turned it off immediately. So me being a curious person, as I am all the time anyways, and when I can help, I will try to help. I mean, that's just what I do. That's what I've always been taught to do. So I opened up the hood, started looking around the truck, the RV, and it's very, if you guys, anybody knows about RVs are not built really to work on. Everything is really cramped in the engine bay, and this was an older RV. Now, it did have I think a Magnum 360, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really into the engine stuff, but I think it was a Dodge 360 engine in it, and a V8. And I started looking at it, and I started noticing that this thing had a little more components than I've ever seen. The usual. The first thing that came to mind to me when she said it started smoking was air conditioning, because it was still a little warm. Air conditioning locked up, one of the pulleys locked up. Something is locked up inside there to make that happen. So, or oil is dripping onto the exhaust, but I mean, that's just not going to happen all of a sudden. Anyways, so I started digging into it, and I noticed it had, I looked for the common things. So the air condition, I looked at the air condition, turned the pulley was fine. So I mean, it wasn't seized up. I looked at the alternator, that seemed fine. All the pulleys around there seemed fine. And there was this on the, let's see, if you're looking at the engine, on the right side of the engine, the right kind of middle side of the engine, there was this other pulley that I'd never seen what that would be for, because it looked like an AC compressor. So I'm like, this can't be an AC compressor, there's no clutch on it. So it's weird. Maybe it's an RV, maybe that's why it's this way. So I started digging around, and I just couldn't figure out what that was. I told her to turn the RV on. She cranked it on, and it immediately started smoking from that pulley. That pulley was not moving. So I'm like, okay, this is the problem right here. But what I'm noticing is that it's not connected to her, to the alternator, air condition. The only thing it was connected to as far as the belt was the power steering. So I was like, man, maybe if we cut it, she could still get to a shop or something and be able to, she'll be fine. And because she already had called a tow truck, and it was going to cost a lot of money to get that thing taken over there to the nearest town, and she was still far away from home. She was traveling alone with her dogs. So I had to figure out, I couldn't leave without figuring something out for her. So luckily I have family that are mechanics, and I remembered my cousin, shout out to my cousin Noah, he works at a Chevy dealership. So I call him up, and he's a mechanic, so I call him up, get information. He's kind of leaning towards a certain thing, but couldn't really pinpoint it because he's never worked really on those older Dodge engines. So he gave me his father's number, which is the one I should have called from the get-go, because he worked at a Dodge dealership for years as a mechanic as well. So I called my uncle and I said, you know, Unc, this is what's going on. What would this part be? And he said, well, what does it actually go to? I said, there's some pipes that come up to a canister, and the canister is a filter. Some of you guys, by the time I get here, you guys already know. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So, you know, that had me baffled too, because it would go to an air filter. So he's like, well, that is actually the emissions pump. So the truck can run without the emissions pump until she gets to where she needs to get. I mean, it actually can be eliminated, but she can get over there and get to where she needs to get, as far as she needs to go, and get it replaced at home or whatever. We were in Corsicana, and she needed to go to the Corpus Christi area. So I said, but she's not going to have power steering. I said, he asked me, how big is the RV? And I said, the RV is really not, it's a mid-size, well, smaller, one of the smaller RVs. Not really a van, just a little bit bigger than a van. And he said, yeah, she should be fine. Once she gets the truck running, she should be able to turn just fine and everything. And, you know, just make sure she feels safe on doing it before she actually leaves. So we did that. And I told her what was going on. And she said, I asked her, I said, do you want me to cut it? I can cut it for you, and I'll follow you for a certain distance to make sure that you're okay. And once, you know, you feel it that you're okay, you know, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll go around you and take off, right? Because I was headed home. I was ready to be home. I was actually coming back from that Utah run. So I cut it, and she cranked it up, and all the pressures were good. Everything was good. And she rolled forward a little bit, and it was a little bit of a struggle, but she said it was very manageable. So we're like, cool. So we get to talking a little bit more, and she finds out that we're gonna go back a little bit. She tried to pay me for what I did. She's like, I'll pay you, you know, whatever. I have money here. Let me pay you. I said, no. Guys, if you guys, just like you guys know me already, those of you that have known me for a while, I would never charge for anything like that. I was just trying to get her off the road and get her home and safe, right? So she said, for some reason we get to talking about cameras, and she said, you know what? She said, can I please give you this camera that they just gave me? My friends gave me a camera. I used to be a photographer, and I was like, my just bells go off, and you know, my mind gets to turn. I'm like, she's a photographer. I love photography. So I start, not because of the camera, I start talking to her about photography, and actually she was a portrait photographer that would go around to do, you know, the family portraits and stuff like that. But she said that was years ago, and she didn't want to do it anymore, and that she thought her friends would, her friends thought that she would like to get back into it because they knew that she was really good at it. And she's like, I'm not. I don't have time for it anymore, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. And she offered it to me. She's like, can I please give you this? And I'm like, no, you know, I just don't. I'm not, you know, that's not what this is about. I just wanted to help you out. And she said, no, please, can you please take the camera? So, you know, I was like, okay, I'll take it. And she gave me, guys, this awesome kit that this is an older camera now. This is a film camera, and it's a camera that I've never really used, but I remember my parents having it, and I want to start learning on how to take pictures with it. And it's this old Canon camera. Check it out, guys. This thing is amazing. It is awesome, and it has this lens, and it comes with, actually, it was like, let me show you guys. It's actually a full kit. a full kit, and it comes with lenses and all kinds of different stuff. Look, this lens right here alone is a very, very good and a nice lens. So I mean, I was just like super excited about that. And like I said, guys, I wasn't trying to charge her for anything, but you know, she asked me to please take it. And I love photography, and I mean, to me, it's something that I will never get rid of. This will always be with me because it was a gift, and it was amazing. So we finally get on the road. I get behind her, and I ride behind her for like about good, probably about good 50 miles. She was booking it. She wasn't playing. She was booking it. She was, you know, she was rolling. And she got to a spot where she was going to exit, and she waved her hand, and you know, and she went off her way. I gave her my phone number, and I told her, I said, please let me know when you get actually home, and that way I just want to know that you made it home safe. So I had a little bit of video of her, you know, going down the road, so you guys would kind of see the RV, kind of, sort of. It's from a distance, but it was a very, very interesting and very, very special encounter. And another thing that she told me too, that she's, you know, she's had a lot of travels and has always been on the road, and the truck drivers have always been there for her when she needs help. She asks a truck driver, and they always get her out of a pinch. And that she said thank you to all truck drivers. So I'm telling you guys, she said thank you to all truck drivers, and that we are amazing people. And that's where I want to leave you guys on this, guys. Be amazing, keep being amazing. Help anybody. That's why I always say help anybody that needs help, because it might be you, the one that needs help next time. And just this one time you're going to help that person just get to that spot where they need to be is something that's amazing, and it's something that's going to be in your heart, and it's going to make you just feel good. Never do it for anything other than that, guys. Not for money, because it's not worth it. Karma is a B, and yeah, it's just not worth it. Just do it out of your heart. And if not, don't do it at all. But I invite you guys to, if you see anybody, another truck driver or motorist, of course, in a safe place where you can be safe and your truck can be safe, help them out. Just do whatever you can to do what you have to do to help them out. And in these holiday season, with this trying times that we're going through right now with this whole corona and all this stuff, I know people kind of stay away from each other, but still there is ways to stay away from each other, but still help out the person if you can. So my challenge to you guys is to help anybody needs help. Always be there for them, and it'll come back to you guys. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this journey. And I wanted to leave you guys with this special story that happened to me, and it's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. And the camera, I'm gonna pass it on to my kids, so something that's gonna stay in my family for a very long time, hopefully. I will see you guys at the beginning of the year. I might check in here and there, but I'm not gonna stay on the schedule. But at the beginning of the year, we're gonna start over back on our schedule every other day and continue on with this amazing community that you guys have been so much of a part of, and it's just been overwhelming for me throughout the whole journey, but I love it. Don't forget to be kind to one another, guys. Help anybody needs help. Anybody contemplating suicide, 1-800-273-TALK, 1-800-273-8255. And at the end of everything, thank you guys in the military for the sacrifices that you've done, and for everything that you guys have done for me to have this freedom, and for all of us here in this wonderful country to have our freedoms to do what we do. Military men and women, from the bottom of my heart and my families, thank you so much. Guys, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year. Love you guys. Peace. I'm out of here.